Christina also took time out from writing to sit down with her editor, Kerry Donovan, and chat about the editing process and how the two work together.
What do you think that romance readers want to see in a romance hero? What do you think they look for?
A romance hero is somebody who's bigger and stronger than real life, who believes that no matter what, they are right, and that they can make a woman's life better, and they believe that they are so smart that they can tell a woman what to do. And what we really enjoy in a romance is watching those guys fall to their knees and learn that they have to become civilized, that they have to become a different kind of man, the same man, but a different kind of man, to really have the woman. And we enjoy that so much.
In the Chosen One series, there's a great mix of action and romance. Do you enjoy writing the mix? Does the action or the romance challenge you more than the other?
The romance is, I always have a very, very clear vision for the romance. I always know what I want for the hero and heroine. I want to know what their conflict is from the beginning. I want to know why they're going to butt heads all the way through. There's going to be some real anxiety for these people to move forward with their romance. And that's a lot of fun, trying to write about a man and a woman and make it seem realistic and romantic. And
the ups and downs really speak to the reader and gives the reader hope that they can find true love in their life too.
I want a big romance. And at the same time, I want these people to talk like real people. I want them to be someone that we can all relate to.
So we keep you busy with 3 new releases a year. This year you had In Bed with the Duke, a historical, and then 2 paranormals. Do you find it tricky to switch back and forth between historical and paranormal?
I like changing genres. It keeps me fresh. It keeps the writing interesting. I have to pay attention to what I'm doing, and there are different types of stories. So to me, changing genres is no problem at all. To me, it's a joy to write the different kinds of books that I like to read.
So if you walk into a bookstore, what makes you pick up a book? What catches your eye?
I like a good title. I like a good cover. But what sells the book for me is the back copy. I want to read what the synopsis is. I want to know it's the kind of classic story that I really enjoy reading. I will always read a book about the secretary and the boss. I will always read the chic book. I enjoy those basic stories of romance.
So you've worked in a bookstore, you're a published author, you're a reader yourself. Do you think that your position in the industry gives you any particular insights about the romance genre or about what readers are looking for?
Working in the bookstore really gave me some strong opinions about what fans are reading, what they enjoy, what seems to work all the time. And as I said, classic stories with a twist, or even 2 classic stories kind of mashed together is a great thing. I think that I do listen to the readers. I have to write what rings true to me. There are a lot of different parts of romance, and I could try and please everybody, and it's not going to work. It's just simply not going to work. I have to write the kind of book that I feel in my gut, that I feel in my heart, and that's what I do. I appreciate the feedback, and as I said, sometimes I enjoy the criticism and listen to it very closely, but I can't listen to all of it. That's not what it's about for me. For me, it's telling the story that I want to read.
So one of the things that, of course, first catches the reader's eye about a book is the cover art, and I hear you have a really interesting story about your most memorable cover.
When my 4th book came out, I received a nice size poster of the cover, and I thought, well, look, it's a very pretty book. It's a medieval and beautiful painting, and my name is spelled right, so I really didn't pay much.
You're very happy?
Yeah, I was thrilled, and I didn't really pay a whole lot more attention to the cover, and the book came out, and I was at the Romance Writers Conference, and a bookseller came up to me and she said, "Did you know that your heroine has 3 arms?"
Just not what you look for on
No,
a normal
it's
cover.
one of those things like, that you don't expect people to actually say to you, and I just stood there and looked at her, and then I raced down to the book room and looked, and by
To
golly,
double check and make sure that, yes, there are in fact 3 arms.
she actually did have 3 arms. She was leaning on one arm, she had one at her side, and the hero was holding a hand. And I went and told my editor, who was horrified. The art department heard almost immediately, and what it actually turned into was a huge boom for my career, because at the time I was a very low-level writer, and nobody knew who I was. And then when I mentioned, I write books to anybody in publishing, it was like, oh, well, there's a lot of authors. But when I said I'm the woman with the three-armed cover, they knew right away who I was.
The word had spread very quickly.
Yes, and there was a print run of 65,000, and I always used to ask for that book at autographings because I could sell that book to anybody. I could sell it to men, I could sell it to priests. Women who would never read a romance would stop and talk to me about that book and buy it. And to this day, I have a page dedicated to it on my website.
Oh, really?
So you can absolutely go look on my website in the historical section and just click on the famous three-armed cover link, and you can read the whole story and look at the cover.
Thanks so much for taking the time to be with us here today. It's been so nice to just talk about your books and what's coming up next and not worry for a day about deadlines and production schedules. And so thank you for doing a video with us.